Happy Thanksgiving, good people. This is the Thanksgiving edition of Thursday Thoughts. I know I normally don't do Get Ready With Me for Thursday Thoughts. It's more of like a sit-down conversation, but hey, we're doing what we got to do today because I still wanted to celebrate Thanksgiving with you guys, and I am going to be sharing what I am thankful for this year. So let's go. So number one, most importantly, I am so thankful for my relationship with God, and I feel like as you get older and as you experience certain things in life, God reveals himself in ways that you've never seen before, and it blows my mind. There's no words to describe, that pure joy and thrill of having a relationship with God who loves and cares for you so deeply, more than anybody ever could in your entire life. And it's very indescribable. It's amazing, and it's the best decision of your life that you will ever make. And I look at all of the things that God has done for me, both big and small, for my family and friends and others. And this year hasn't even ended yet. And there's just been so many blessings, opportunities, and more. And my mind is just beyond blown. And we still have one more month of the year to go. And it's just been such an eventful year, but in the best way possible. I'll tell you, living life with God is honestly, like I said, the most important and beautiful decision that you could ever make. And I'm so glad that I decided at a young age to be a Christian, not just because, my grandparents and parents are pastors, but because God personally has proven himself to me to be exactly who he says he is, and it's consistent. And you just live a different kind of life when you do it God's way. I've seen a lot of people, that I grew up with in church and outside of church, taking different paths and living however and doing whatever. But I can say for myself, at the end of the day, I was one of the ones that took this walk with God very seriously and created a relationship with God for myself. Number two, of course, y'all know what's next. I'm thankful for my family. Y'all know my family consists of more than just my parents. My family also includes godparents, god siblings, biological aunties, uncles, all them. 2024 has been such a family-oriented year for me. This year has been so special and sentimental with my family. I feel like as each year passes, the connections, with those close people in my life has just gotten better and better. And it's been an eventful year with all three sets of godparents, lots of fun trips, sleepovers, church events, family dinners together. Being a goddaughter is such an honor, and it's an incredible blessing to have so much wisdom, love, guidance, and support surrounding me, like in every single thing I do. So for those of you who don't know, when I turned 16, I chose my godparents. My parents never chose godparents for me before I was born, so I got to make that decision for myself, and it's a plot twist from what most people do, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And also, I'm thankful to be an auntie again for the second time. My god siblings welcomed their second child, second son into the world back in October, so he's still tiny, a month and a half old, but the sweetest little angel, and I'm loving to get to kind of do this newborn stage all over again with another nephew. As you guys know, another influential extension of my family is my siblings. I could go on and on about how much I love being their big sister. We've stuck by each other's sides for a while. I mean, although we're not per se childhood best friends, I feel like in some ways we've watched each other grow up over time to an extent, for the past 4 years in high school. And we've faced a lot of things collectively as a trio, sometimes duos, depending on what the situation is, and separately also as individuals, especially in the past 2 years. But in the end, we've grown closer through every hardship that's been thrown at us. And this is a bond that I pray will last the rest of our lives. I mean, I trust them with my life. I don't know what I would do without them. And I've never had siblings biologically, so this is the closest that it will ever be to that. They both came into my life at a time where things were chaotic for me personally. It was a severe breaking point, and I did not know what to do. They have showed me what friendship is, and that has been the highlight of my life since they came into it. When they both came into my life, they instantly made me realize, understand, and experience what the journey of friendship does to your life and your heart in such a positive way that's not toxic or draining. And they've also shown me friendship in a way that I never even dreamed would be this good, and I love that so much. We talked about godparents, siblings. Now you add the unbiological aunts and uncles. They have also been the absolute best as well. They have filled in voids that I never thought could be so effortlessly filled. If I could go into more detail about that, I would, but I will just say that my aunts and uncles have stepped up in such major ways to where thank you just seems so inadequate to me. But when it comes to my family as a whole, I love them all so much, and I'm just grateful for our deeper bonds and connection and the closest that we all have, and that's really where my heart is. Next, I am grateful for my community in school. Y'all, this year, my senior year has been amazing. I've loved it. My class schedule has been so convenient. I'm just thriving. There are some moments where I do get behind because of testing and various events and other things and school leave and trips, but it's been pretty good. And being Pep Club president in addition is just wild to me. There are times when the load seems too big, but I've tried to take it, one step at a time and just simply keep moving through all of it. And I have honestly surprised myself. The end of the first semester is coming up very, very soon. Christmas break. I am so ready for it. Next, I am thankful for redemption and to be at a place of peace and not at odds or conflicts with anybody. I talked about this in either Tuesday Talk or Thursday Thoughts in the summer this year, but this time 2 years ago, I had just ended a friendship with someone I knew 10 years, and you guys were right along with me in that process because it sort of happened during the time I was filming Weekend Recap, and I was just mad. It was hard, it was shocking and unexpected because after being childhood best friends that long, you really don't expect something like that to happen. I felt everything that you'd expect, from manipulation to betrayal, just all the things. And so after this friendship breakup, I just kind of let go of everything completely, and I just lifted up to God, because I know that I can't change people and people have to want to change for themselves. And so by this time after moving on, I had already met, new friends and got into the sibling trio with my besties. And so God was already working in that area by giving me a backbone. And also Pop was starting to get sick again. And I was already freaking out about that. So by the end of 2022, I was literally maxed out on my tolerance level. And with me, when I call things off or I say this is over or I'm done, I'm very serious about it. And I usually don't have second thoughts because I hate drama. This situation is very unique because I thought the friendship breakup was permanent, but God had different plans. And over the summer break, my friend reached out and apologized, and God just really allowed my heart to be in the right place and not be so defensive or bring back up the past to, justify why I wouldn't want to forgive, which is what many people do. And I also apologized for anything that I may have said or did just out of emotion because I was upset with everything that happened. And so over time, since then, we've been able to readjust because it had been a year and a half since talking to each other in person and over text, and just building a bond that we both felt comfortable with. And we both understand that it won't be quite the same just because of the long break in between, but it does feel good to be able to say that we can be in a room together without it being stiff, or we can pass by each other and talk to each other and be cool and not think that the other person hates the other. Reconciliation and forgiveness is something that I've seen in real life and also, in movies, but to experience that in my own life was very, very powerful. I've had a lot of Jesus saves moments, but this is one of those that are the biggest one for me. I am thankful for life. I'm going to explain what I mean by that because I know it's such an easy, carefree thing to say, especially on a day like today. But for me, I'm still recovering from a surgery that happened 5 years ago. I still have muscle spasms, nerve twitches, everything isn't completely normal. And I know that it won't be ever again. But the emotional, physical, and mental toll that it takes on you is very hard. And although this journey has been rough and hard, this surgery saved my life. And it's sometimes stressful because there's a lot of traumas that came from it, but in the end I'm glad that I haven't had to get a second surgery and everything has been going as decent as it could be since then. And lastly, I'm thankful for my YouTube fam. You guys are amazing, whether if you've been here since the beginning or you're just now joining the journey. Thank you so much to everyone who's been here. You've been here with me for a while and you've seen my ups and downs, highs and lows, celebrations and tears. Your support is unmatched. Told you guys before, I really don't do it for an audience. I just started documenting my life as a way to hold on to sentimental memories to capture the present moment for the future. So it's more for me than anything. So having y'all here, having subscribers is like an added bonus. So that's what and who I am thankful for this Thanksgiving. I love you guys so much. Thanksgiving edition of Weekend Recap should be up tomorrow afternoon or Saturday. Bye.